Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on a new foundation. Let me get it. I don't know what I'm thinking, like literally I don't know. But please excuse my sweater. I just cut it. So it's like dirty at the top and I didn't want to throw it, so I just cut it. So okay, let me get the foundation. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the new Maybelline SUPERSTAY foundation. So this one, let's see if you can see. This one is in the shade 320 Honey Miel. I don't know, but the foundation that I have on right now currently is the Maybelline Fit Me. This one is in the shade 334. This one is in Warm Sun. So this one is a tad bit dark for me, but I don't mind it because I brighten it up with concealer and like all this translucent powder and stuff like that. I really didn't look at the darker shade, and I didn't get reference to this one, so that's why I picked this one up. So I'm hoping it works. It looks pretty dark. It looks darker than like the foundations I usually go for. I like to go for a darker foundation rather than a lighter foundation because with all my translucent powder and stuff like that, it lightens it up anyways, and I don't want to be looking like I have like a cast on my face. So that is the reason why I go with darker foundations. But yeah, so I haven't really seen too many reviews on this or like first impressions or anything like that, just because I was waiting to get my hands on it, and it's been out for a little bit. But my store, I usually get my drugstore foundations either where I work at H-E-B or like Walmart or Walgreens, but none of them have had it, and I finally saw it today when I went by. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna do a first impressions for y'all. I'm gonna take off this foundation and everything that I have on right now because I just put this on to go have dinner with my grandma and my sister. So I'm gonna take it off and let's see what this is all about. So if you want to see my first impressions, go ahead and keep on watching, and if you aren't subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe before you go. And yeah, I hope that you all enjoy. Ooh. Okay. Oh my god, the difference. Wow. I never knew how ugly I was. Bye. And everything I had on my face today was drugstore. I was using the Wet n Wild concealer. I usually use my Tarte Shape Tape, so I think that's what I'm going to use today. My Tarte Shape Tape, just so I can give it a fair round. Wow, look at the difference. Catfish. Okay, so now that that is all off of my face, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base as my primer today, like I always do. And I'm going to prime in the same spots that I always prime. I didn't take off my eyebrows because I don't have time to redo them. I have to take my sister back to town here in a bit because she has to go to work. So I just took off all my foundation and concealer and everything like that. So I'm using my front camera today, so if y'all think this is okay, give this video a thumbs up. If y'all don't like it, if y'all like my rear camera better, let me know. I still haven't got to set up my camera. Here, look, I ordered the Canon T6i, so it looks like this little screen, but I just haven't been able to film with it because my laptop is broken, so I have nowhere to upload my video to. But my brother has a MacBook, so I'm gonna try and use that. I just haven't came around to filming a video with it, but I will really soon. Before I put this on, so here in the back, it says that it is a full coverage foundation, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. It's oil free, it doesn't clog the pores, thank the Lord, and it is dermatologist tested, and the rest is like in some other language, I'm guessing like French or something, I have no idea. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on. It had a seal on it, thank the Lord. Oh my god, I think I broke it already, but it does have a little pump on it, as you can see. Classy, chic, cute. I'm going to put it on how I always put on my foundation, so I'm going to put it onto this little palette right here. So yeah, that is pretty dark. I just put like 4 pumps there. I'm going to take the little foundation brush that I always use, and I guess I can do half with a brush and half with a sponge. So let's start this side first. It doesn't look as dark as my other one. My other one is like really orange. It smells kind of like painty-ish, but I'm not bothered by it. It's not strong at all, so I don't care. And I get really I hate very strong scents because I get really bad headaches, but this one doesn't bother me at all, so that's a good thing. And if y'all can hear like wind, it's because I have a fan right here. So, sorry. Okay. So I'm going to do this side with my little Morphe sponge. So blending it is obviously super duper easy. It doesn't dry very fast. I waited like a whole minute because my sister was in here and she wouldn't get out. So it doesn't dry fast. Not that fast anyway. It's drying a little bit, but that's no big deal. It's blending out beautifully. I would definitely say it's full coverage. Because I have like a little pimple right here. Look, you can see on this side, like where my little pimples are, they're very red. And on this side, you can't really see it. I mean, you can definitely see the little pimple a little bit, but like, you know, that's a bump on my skin. But you cannot see the redness anymore, which is bomb. And by having it on half of my face, it doesn't feel heavy at all. Like, since I have, like, this doesn't have anything on it, it doesn't really feel any much different than this side of my face, which is very good, because I also get really bad headaches with heavy foundation and like heavy makeup and heavy lashes and stuff like that. So yeah, that blended pretty great. And the color, it's a little bit orange, but it's not really bad. So I'm not mad at it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this side of my face with my Morphe E6. It's just a flat kabuki brush, and I'm just going to blend that in. Let's see. Excuse my dogs. So it's also blending in pretty easy. Not that big of a deal. Ugh, why? I should have just used the back camera. The back camera focuses a little bit better, but it's fine. So this is also blending in perfect with the brush. So either way, if you use the brush or the sponge, it's gonna blend out beautifully. But let's just check if it covered up that redness. Okay, so just looking at the foundation right here. Here, let me move. It definitely covered a lot. It looks very pretty, and it definitely dried really matte. I have no problem with that. I love that. I think it dries a little bit more matte than the matte and poreless, which again, I have no problem with that because I do get a little bit greasy with this one. So we're just gonna have to test this one out to see if I get greasy with it or not. But as of right now, it did dry down pretty matte. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face to see how it works with like my concealer and stuff like that. So yeah. So I'm just going to put this everywhere I normally put my freaking concealer. My nose. Usually when I am buffing out my concealer, it does lift a little bit with this one. I'm not sure why it just does, so let's see if it does the same with this foundation. Let's try the nose. It did not lift. It looks pretty seamless, flawless, which is great. But I think another reason why my concealer lifts my foundation a little bit is because of this sponge right here. I don't love this sponge. It's not the best sponge, and I said that before, but I decided to give it another try. But as of right now, it doesn't look bad. Like, usually you can see my redness peeking out right here, but I don't see that right now, so I'm not mad at it. So far, I think everything looks really, really good. Looking close up, the foundation is kind of setting into my little cracks and little creases right here, but that could be because I didn't really put that much primer on. But we're gonna wear it throughout the day. I'm gonna do some little check-ins here in a bit just to see how it's going, but as of right now, it looks really, really flawless and very, very pretty. I'm not mad at it. I paid $8 for this foundation. It was originally $9.98 or something like that, but at the stores that I buy it at, I had a $1 off coupon, so that's why I paid $8, and I'm not mad at the $8. This one is like $5 something, and that one's also a very great foundation. So if you're not looking for super duper full coverage foundation, I would say definitely go with the matte and poreless, because it has a good amount of coverage and I don't complain about it. But this one, it looks very, very pretty, like I said, but we just kind of have to see how it wears and if it gets heavy. As of right now, it's not heavy at all, so that's a good thing. And I'm gonna set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is a loose powder. This one is in the shade light medium, and I'm just going to grab my little sponge and just set the rest of my face with that. So now that I have my bronzer on and my highlight on and everything like that, I can definitely say that my face looks super duper flawless. I haven't put setting spray yet, but I'm going to put some on right now. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Fix setting spray. Everything Maybelline today, you already know, okay? So I'm just going to set it with that. And I am going to buff my highlight in. And just like the rest of my face. I'm super duper surprised, you guys, because none of the product on my nose lifted up at all. I don't know if this one's maybe just a little bit too wet to where if I would try and blend things on it, it'd just lift up. I have no idea, but this one did not lift up. You can usually see like little spots around my nose to where my product lifts up, and usually I would blame it on the sponge, but I'm thinking that it's the foundation because I used this sponge today and it didn't lift up. So I don't know if it's just my foundation that maybe they don't like to work together, the Tarte Shape Tape and this one, or I don't know, but this one worked very well with it, so I'm not mad at it. Like I said, anyways, my face does not feel heavy at all, which I completely love. I have a very, very sensitive head, so yeah, it feels great right now. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm gonna take my sister to town, and then I'll probably check in here in a bit. Sorry, my dog is being a little brat. But it looks really, really, really pretty. Shoot. So we'll see if it gets greasy throughout the rest of my night. Like, it's right now like, what time is it? Oh my god, 6:12. So I go to sleep pretty late, so I'll probably do some check-ins every hour or so. Be quiet! Be quiet! Every hour or so until I go to bed. So I'm gonna keep this on, and I'm gonna stick on some lashes. And yeah, if I forget to sign off later, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it was helpful for y'all. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I will see y'all during my check-ins. Hey guys, so I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru right now. The foundation still looks really good. You can't tell with this bad lighting, but it looks really, really good. Considering I've been crying this whole time. It looks good. Like, it's still on under like my eye area with my concealer and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. It's very, very long lasting. It's only been about an hour and a half, but that's totally okay. I'm in here getting some pies for my grandma because she wanted something sweet, so that's what I'm doing. Maybe I'll check in later on tonight once I get back home after I do whatever I'm gonna do. I'll probably look like trash because I literally plan to just go on an emotional like rampage and just cry my eyes out, but yeah, I'll check in. So I'm doing a 2-hour checkup right now. It looks really, really good. Like I said earlier, I was crying a little bit. So, I mean, there's a little bit of like my redness peeking through, but no big deal. It still looks very, very good. Okay, so if we look closely a little bit, we can see here that it's starting to crack just a little bitty bit. And on my forehead as well. I kind of went over it right now with like a little beauty blender like that, and it lifted up a little bit. But I'm thinking it's because the foundation dried so matte, so now that I'm trying to put something wet over it, it's like lifting it up, but it's not really bad. It's not creasing very, very bad or anything